Hey guys, welcome to today. I know I've told you about the F-Stream application that you can get on iTunes and put on your iPhone so you can listen to my show and any other show that's on xradio.biz. And this is the cool application, as you can see here on my lap, F-Stream. It's going out live right now. What you're hearing is Britney Star's Galaxy. That's the show right before mine. I'm headed there right now. And basically I have it plugged into my phone. And it's running through my Cape Deck. And yeah, I updated my car there telling you I'm in Cape Deck. And yeah, so it runs right through my phone off of a auxiliary line, and listen to it and listen to the show right before mine, or listen to whatever you want during the day. So it's a really cool application, and I think you all should get it. I'm headed to the studio now, and we'll tune into you when I get there. So right before me we have Britney Star. She's...
Hi, baby. Britney Star's Galaxy here in the house.
There you go. That's who goes on right before me. So she goes on from 7 to 9, spinning house, electro, all that kind of stuff. So
A bunch of new stuff too. Never
nude stuff.
Nude stuff. My naked house party. You know, hey. You never know. Every day's a different show. Hey.
Robert Cias and Sylvia Gutierrez with us, and they're all part of this new, I don't know if you'd call it a conglomerate, but this massive thing, the massive scale, hence the name, that they're putting together. So maybe, Guy, you want to let the audience know how it is that you started to work with Robert and Sylvia.
Well, it was, it was a couple years ago. I was at the Sprint Rental working, and some crazy kid came up and says, you know, he's doing this club in Tucson.
Is Robert the crazy kid?
Yeah, Robert's the crazy kid coming up. Doing this thing in Tucson. We want to, we want to do back and forth. We want to use the Sprint Rhino name, and promote down in Tucson. And in turn,
he wouldn't let me dance. I tried.
Yeah.
I tried out.
No, he didn't look good in the thong.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had
He put the thong on. It was
I had my
backwards.
elephant thong going.
It was backwards.
Oh, it was backwards the wrong way. Now you know.
Now you know. The small part. It was.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Either way,
No,
you're
so
splitting the two.
he was. So I was talking to him, and I was smash busy, and I liked him. Get really good ideas, and he was just spitting at me a mile a minute.
Sure. That's what you have to do sometimes.
I know.
Guy in front of you, you're like, listen to me.
I had my demo tape. He was like Dr. Dre. I was like, yo, I can do things, man.
Never mind the thong. I got stuff to say.
It's funny. That's how it gets sometimes when you get so trapped in that job. You look at a lot of the hosts these days too. It's the same way. It's when we first started, I had a half hour to sit down and talk to people, and as you get going, it's busier. You have so many people come to see you. It's like, hey, how you doing? You got 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Go. Here, we have time for a shot, and that's it. Bye bye.
Right.
No, so we talked, and we kept in touch, and when I left the Rhino, he called me up and says, hey, look, that idea I was telling you about, here it is redefined.
Right.
And it's like, in the last couple of years, and especially since I left, I was doing some independent work myself, I was formulating the same idea in my head, and as we came to find out, so I have a lot of independent hosts in town.
Right.
Everybody had this idea going, you know what, I thought of that, but we just never did it.
Right.
And so we put this together here, try and get this done, and he popped up, it was a month ago?
I guess it was about a couple
A
months
month
ago.
ago, and said, let's do this.
I think that's when I talked to him again, too.
Yeah.
A couple months ago.
Jeremy thought I was trying to sell him.
I'm like, I said, I've heard everything.
I already bought I bought the cookies already, come on.
I said, it's a new drink. You can buy soap.
Right.
And
What network marketing program? But you understood, so you're like, I hear where you're coming from. So
this is Robert.
It was great how I came across Jeremy stuff, because he had that platform. He had a good standing on Facebook, and then I hit his site because I discovered this awesome article about the In-N-Out secret menu.
Oh, you got to know the In-N-Out secret menu.
Gold.
Oh, I saw that too.
I made that viral. Everybody in
I saw it too. We're all going to In-N-Out going, hey, do you have... No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so I ended up sending it out to the East Coast.
The chili cheese fries.
Right. You got to have it.
That's it. Yeah, and on a serious note, he had so much great content, and we thought we could use it on a national platform. We still got to talk about that.
We do.
But that's.
No, he asked us, do you know, Jerry, we're having a meeting? I'm like, yeah, he takes the best pictures in Vegas.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You do. I just went over your site again today. I was like, the girl diving at rehab and stuff. I mean, he's always there, Johnny on the spot.
I have to
get the right picture.
That's it.
Got to be on top of everything.
And they were pretty pictures too.
It evolves, and one how you get in this. People ask, well, how do you get into this field, or how do you get into this position? And you can't duplicate something like this. There's really no way to tell somebody, you know, it's just like getting in the industry. You got to get in there like Guy did. You know, you just get behind the bar, and one thing leads to the next. You know, we started doing rave promotions, you know, when it was big. And I started DJing, and I'd come up here, and then I remember there's a club starting out here called Dre's After Hours. And a crazy guy named Tony Verdugo was out there doing his thing, and I met a bunch of Southern Cali guys. You know, and we came up, and you know, there's some guys out of Scottsdale that were doing parties with us, and Tony Verdugo brought these guys up to run the door at Dre's. So he's actually flying them up every weekend to run the door. They weren't even Vegas locals. I met, you know, old school people like John. You know, John Huntington was kicking off his Pimpin' Ho at the Palms, and you know, there was a party scene. It was a real good, tight scene. There weren't too many clubs, and there's hardly any clubs in the casinos. You know, that they were there, but there was still a lot of off-premise stuff, and that's really when the birth of these clubs and lounges really kicked off. You know, and even started, you know, those guys from 944, they were still doing their thing in Arizona, 944 Scottsdale Boulevard. So we were helping out in the Tucson market, trying to kick off the Arizona thing, and man, you know, what a thing that's become. 944 out here is like household now. But you know, what we did is we started doing parties, and then, you know, after 9/11, it changed a lot. You know, obviously it changed everything in society. And after 9/11, the Patriot Act came in there, and underneath the Patriot Act there was a bill called the Rave Act, and it was against dance music and the whole drug scene that was associated. And I was the first person in Arizona probably to be arrested on the crack house law.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You know, my mom thought it was good. She put the article on the wall. My family, you know.
She framed it.
Something proud of. Is it Farmville?
Farmville.
I'm
Mafia
I'm
Wars.
Mafia Wars, man.
No, jeez.
Oh, man.
Or
My
Yo
life.
Bill, come on.
My Mafia's pretty big.
I just play poker.
There you go.
Yeah, you know, so, you know, what I did is, when we got everybody together, I had Sylvia, I sat her down and...
Join my Mafia.
Somebody give me some poker chips.
Right.
So what happened is, you know, I told Sylvia, hey, listen, you know, she had a background with the Wynn and the Bellagio, and I was real interested in what she did, and laid it out, and she knew everybody, and I said, listen, I'm starting a little coup d'etat out here, so, you know, I broke it down to her, and she was aboard, and we went and kidnapped Guy Wilson, and I said, it's time, put out, you know, dust off the old plaid pants, and let's get out and boogie.
Let's boogie.
And so, you know, and Guy and Rudy Jimenez, and he's our vice president of VIP hosting services, and you know, all the other guys that have been out there really had to drop egos. I mean, it was huge for these guys. You know, they've made their own persona, their own iconic
You have to when you
connection.
join a group of people.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you're
it's more power
joining a
numbers.
basketball team or something.
Right. You know, so these guys.
I don't have to share my girls, though.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, well, that's
You
nice.
know, my girls are still my girls.
There you go.
I wish I had it.
Yeah.
No, but you know, so what happened is you know, we got Sylvia involved, and she's really taken off. She's our, like she said, everything she attacks, everything she keeps the group together, and we go back and forth. You know, there's a lot of things entail marketing. You know, the website's under development because we didn't like it, crashed it, fired people, brought them back, and she keeps us together with the newsletters and keeping the meetings arranged. And there's a lot of organization going on in these past few days before we really start launching our outings.
No, I'm kind of like the headhunter of hosts.
There you
'cause
go.
Yeah, there she is.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, there she is. She's
Oh,
live.
she's here.
I'm
Wow.
finally
Is this
here.
actually talking?
Yeah, no, I've been always a headhunter for
Oh,
hosts.
you're framing her over there.
Take off the big mask.
Yeah.
We can hear you better.
But no, it's really funny how I even came in the industry. I was just the typical party girl from age 15, going out in the clubs, meeting people, and I just found a niche of networking and meeting people. I mean, I got into what I used to do, Miss McGilly's, Rain, it was Venus when it existed in the Venetian.
Oh, I love Venus.
And I just always went out, and somehow I just did really well on meeting people, crashing tables, or I call it ice breaking.
It was a great night tonight. Had some great shows. Helping out here with a website. And talk to you tomorrow.